News today.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Wendy Gillette in New York. A day after pleading not guilty to obstructing the 2020 election, former President Donald Trump entered a not guilty plea on 3 new charges related to the classified documents case. Tonight, he'll be back on the campaign trail in Montgomery, Alabama. CBS's Finn Gomez.
I spoke to a senior advisor to Donald Trump who said that he will, in his remarks, focus on the arraignment that occurred yesterday here in Washington, D.C. I don't think it will be no surprise if he goes after Special Counsel Jack Smith and the Department of Justice and the President.
2 branches of the military have no confirmed leader for the first time in history. Retiring Chief of Staff of the Army, General James McConville, relinquished command today. The Marines have not had a leader since early last month. Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville has blocked hundreds of military nominations, claiming the Pentagon is improperly using government funds to cover travel costs for abortions for service members. Retired Colonel and CBS News military consultant Jeff McCausland.
We're playing around with the senior leadership for national security affairs for the U.S. military. I find it pretty amazing that a senior senator, with no military experience, by the way, knows far more, he thinks, in his mind, than the uniformed military collectively on the adverse effect this is having on national security.
The Parkland, Florida school shooting was reenacted today because of a civil lawsuit against school resource officer Scott Peterson. CBS News correspondent Manuel Bajorquez explains why.
They want to be able to go to court and to a jury and say, from the perspective where he was outside the building, you could clearly hear where the shots were coming from, or at least that he had the duty to go inside the building and investigate. But his attorney has called this an unnecessary exercise, and has said that other witnesses have said that they heard the shots potentially coming from outside the building because of the way the echoes were happening that day.
Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan spoke at a judicial conference in Portland, Oregon, saying the Constitution gives Congress broad authority over the High Court as ethics concerns have emerged. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
It was inevitable that one of the 3 liberal justices would publicly comment on what Justice Alito had to say about Congress's authority over the Supreme Court. The conservative justices are largely institutionalists. The judicial independence of the court is important to them. Justice Kagan is saying that the Supreme Court is subject to the same checks and balances as the 2 other branches of government.
On Wall Street, stocks finished the week with losses. The Dow dropped 150 points. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 81 degrees.